この前の討議、実は序盤にちょっとミスっちまってよ。バレなくてよかったぜ。向こうも後からチャンスを見落としてたことに気づいてさ。でも冷静さを失った相手は私の一撃を直に食らってノックアウトだ。
Still not fully up. It's like it works, but it's not optimal. My upload is complete shit. It has like 6 megs upload when it should be like 30. Download is okay, but it could be twice as fast. So, hoping they fix it. They already reported the issue. Right now, I'm trying to keep my computer stable. I tried increasing my RAM speed and made the computer crash twice with the undervolt. So apparently it screws with the timings, so in order for me to use the faster timings I have to increase the voltage. So I have it on default right now, watching the temperatures. So far, it's stable. It's like this game runs at about 65 to 75 degrees Celsius, which is normal. 75 is like, I think 76 is the highest I've seen it. It's not always at 75, 76. It's usually like 65, 70. GPU is about 60 usually. Voltage. So yeah, if you do too aggressive underclock, it screws with the voltage really bad. Okay, this is easy. What? No gems? You guys suck. And now I'm just testing it to see if it crashes. Because of it, this is at like default settings, like complete default. So if it still crashes after this, then there's another problem.
獲物が息を潜めついてこい。吠えろ、希望の声を。
I'm hoping it's stable now. Yeah, like I said, the undervolt's not worth it if I'm gonna be sacrificing a ton of performance. It's not worth it. But temperatures are fine. Like I said, 65, 75 for CPUs under gaming loads. With streaming is completely fine. Even if it was like 75 all the time, I think that's completely fine too. It's more the voltage I'm worried about. I'm like keeping an eye on it. Like, I'm trying to stress it right now to see if it can handle it. I want to see if it, me playing for 2, 3, I mean, obviously playing like an 8-hour session would be the best test. I'm not gonna play that long tonight. I'm gonna play for like 2 hours. Let's do night games. Let's see. And apparently, jumping up from 5200 to 5600 speed and RAM like increases your frame rate by anywhere from like 5 to 10% from what I read online. So it is a significant amount of performance that I'm losing by not upclocking the RAM. It's essentially an overclock, but the RAM it should be stable. Another thing I learned is there's a lot of motherboard issues with these CPUs and even AMD CPUs too. It's not just Intel. So apparently AMD, their 3D processors have stability issues where they cause stupid things to die because of motherboard over voltage. I was like, my God, I mean, to me that is like complete like horseshit. Like wow, like how can you manufacture something like that with that much problems that can potentially kill your product? Like that to me is like complete horseshit. Let's do bosses. Yeah, this to me is like unbelievable. I would be pretty livid if I found out my latest top-of-the-line AMD processor blew up because of stupid motherboard settings. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. You got to be shitting me. I would be livid. Spending all that money on like $400 or $500 processor and it dies on you because of motherboard settings. I'm like, wow. It's just, like I said, I would be irate if that happened to me. But I'm hoping I don't run into more issues. It should be. Because I read online like a stable voltage is like anywhere from 1.2 to 1.3, even 1.35 is fine for constant use. If there's anything past that, it's kind of like you should be kind of concerned, especially if it goes past 1.4. That starts to get into degradation failure territory. So that one I'm very concerned with. for some reason, if this processor fails, I get 2 bad ones, so I'm just gonna throw the 12th gen in there, and my problems will be solved. But I'm hoping I don't have any further issues. Yeah, because that's concerning. Like, just spending all that money and then just being like, oh, look, your processor died because of motherboard problems. Or bad manufacturing. It's just like, my God, like, stop getting shit. Shit like that.
植物だって生きてるんです。ついてこい。血の戦いだ。集まれ。名門登場だ。愛の炎。なんだ、ストップ。転んじゃった。やあ。やあ、来た。ストップ。これだ。大いにたたえろ。凱旋の歌をこの槍に。ついてこい。吠えろ。希望の声を。
Yeah, still hovering in the same area. Siemens variants. Still, yeah, 65, 75. It's just bouncing back and forth. That's what's streaming. Just perfectly acceptable. I mean, I would like it to be lower, but these processors run hot. I had my same problem with my friend's computer. He was getting overheating issues. It was going up to over 90 degrees. I was like, holy shit, this thing runs hot. And I was like, that's not normal. Luckily, I was able to find the problem, and I did some changes, and I was like, okay, this runs a lot better. It still caps out only 80 degrees at full load, but you know, the processor runs so hot. It's like, yeah, you definitely want to make sure you put that in a proper proper cooling. We had an insufficient CPU cooler, and it like I think it almost killed his it was gonna kill his CPU. I had to put a heavy duty one on there. At least to fix the problem. Dropped it like about 15, 20 degrees Celsius. Big improvement. Big improvement. I was like, okay, that was worth it. That was worth it for $10. So, you gotta be careful with these CPUs, man. You gotta make sure you put a good cooler on there, because they get hot. Let's see. I was gonna do green. So yellow. Three moves? Okay, it's gotta be blue, red. 4 turns, so green, red. Let's do blue. Yellow. We got red, blue, this one. 4 moves. Green. Let's do yellow. Voltage 1.288. It's asking for up to 1.31. I learned about the VID and the V core. So VID means what is the processor asking for voltage, and but it doesn't ignore it. It basically, the motherboard is what dictates the voltage. So the voltage it's pushing out right now is up to 1.288, which is within the 1.3 range, which is, they say is perfectly fine even at full load. So that's acceptable. Like I said, the only thing I could potentially do is maybe get it up to 80 degrees. Well, that's weird. It's on hardware monitor, but on here it's saying otherwise. Here it's saying 75. It's insane. Yeah, 75. 74, 7. Now it's going up to 80. What's topping is 60. It's asking for more. 60, 78. I guess it depends where I'm at. I know it fluctuates between 65 and 80. It really depends what I'm doing. Yeah, they say these chips should, you can honestly run them up to 85 all the time, and they said it should be fine. Yeah, the thing I want to do is I want to undervolt. I don't want it to run at 80 all the time. It is kind of hot. 80 is still hot. I'd rather do reasonable undervolt, but I can't undervolt it that much. I've tried 0.35 and with RAM max speed and it crashes. I could try 0.3. I don't know if that'll be stable, because if it still crashes, then I'm gonna have to keep going down to like 0.02, 0.01 until it, it says okay, this is stable. That's honestly what I think I'm gonna have to do. Stuff. Yeah, 80's a little warm. I mean, it's acceptable, but that is warm. I can also try adjusting my fan profiles, because if they're running too hot, they can speed up to help with the cooling. And I will say, one thing I don't like about the Intel CPU, this one, you have to be so finicky with it. Like, it's like you gotta be careful. This thing is very sensitive. I think it's just them not properly testing it and properly, it's being cheap. Basically, that's what I think it is. They're just being cheap. They're being cheap. They don't want to spend the proper money to make sure their product works good, and make you have to test it. You never had to do that before with Intel. But I can see why people don't buy Intel. And if I knew this was going to be this much trouble, I honestly should have just bought the Ultra. If I was going to go Intel, because I know those don't have issues. Those are pretty safe. Like they say, they don't get as hot. They don't have the voltage issue because I think they manufacture them properly. They cheapen out because they know they fucked up on the 13th and 14th gen. Definitely you gotta baby this processor. You have to finagle with it, get the sweet spot, and then make sure you get a chip that's not faulty, which is what they call the silicon lottery. It's something I learned. Apparently, all CPUs have a silicon lottery, meaning like their potential clock room, their potential failure rate. Like, not all CPUs are made equal. So they said basically any CPU can have a drastic difference in performance levels and degradation and all that stuff, and whether it comes defective out of the box, there's always a chance you get a faulty processor. I'm like, that sucks. So it's not a very high percentage, but it is something you need to be aware of, especially with these newer ones. Say these newer CPUs are more, like, again, more variants with them, and you gotta be careful. Synthesis, cooking. Yeah, it's finding that sweet spot. That's the difficult part. Is like you gotta find that sweet spot. Yeah, it requires a lot of work to do. It's like, man, I can see why people get frustrated. Because if I wasn't computer smart, shit, I would have been pulling my hair out. The only reason I'm able to tolerate this is because I know what I kind of have an idea what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you can, I forgot, you can convert these from other materials. Yeah, there's a conversion, I forgot they added this. Okay, I'm not gonna use that right now. I did forget about that. That's like a nice feature. It's 2 for 1, so if you want to change it to another one, but I recommend just farming materials. Let's see. Definitely frustrating. I learned something for sure. I did educate myself a lot. I'm always learning something with computers. just hope I don't run into more problems. I want this. I want this CPU to last me. Like, I like this CPU. Like, it's a nice CPU. If it didn't have all the issues, this would be a stellar buy. But if somebody was like, "Hey, would you buy this?" I'm like, yes and no. I would be like, as long as you're willing to do the homework and you know how to set your computer properly, I say, hey, if you can get a good chip and you get the settings right and, it runs perfectly for you and you have no issues, hey, great CPU. As far as how long it's going to last, that's another issue. That's the biggest problem, is I don't know how long this thing's going to last me. Because the first one I got, it literally started showing signs of dying after 3 days. I couldn't believe that shit. I was so pissed. But also, I didn't have it set right. The motherboard was set wrong. And I think that's what killed my CPU. Because I set it to, there was a setting in there that is dangerous. This motherboard sets it off by default. For default settings, I was like, for real? Like, why would you put such a dangerous setting on default? Why would you do that? That to me is like so dangerous. Like, that is not smart. Those? God, I've been doing a bunch of these too. Don't have enough. Not so quick.
神様なら未来を予言できるかもしれないけど、明日はどんな歌が奏でられるのかまではわからないはずだ。
Put it on my channel. With saying, like, hey, there's the Intel Core, the Intel 14th Gen 14600K with patches and everything, and then what in conjunction with a 9600 XT 8GB. Just to show people like what this combo can do. And I ain't gonna lie, it's respectable. It does a good job. Like, I think people, if they saw like someone actually like sat down and actually showed how these things run in conjunction with each other and seeing how inexpensive it is, like to build because I literally built this computer for under $700, which is dirt cheap. It's dirt cheap for this computer I built. That is, and I could have potentially built it cheaper if I would have went the 12th gen, because they had a 12th gen 12600K, which is more stable. Those are reported have no issues, and those you can get for $100 from wood.com. I think they're out of them now, but that was such a killer deal for that price. That is a fantastic CPU for that price, and it's easily usable for another 3+ years for $100, and then. By then I would say you can upgrade to a 14th gen down the road when they're dirt cheap, and by then all the kinks are worked out, and you just swap the processor out. Use the same motherboard and get even more performance. Yeah, that is like the sweet spot. But yeah, that processor with a case deal I saw, and like a cheaper motherboard I saw for like, because the motherboard I bought here was like $68, which is like dirt cheap for this board. Found a really good deal. But yeah, you can buy, motherboard will be about the same, 70. You can get one for about $70 if you look around. It'll be, what is it? I think it's an X750 or something. I forgot the name. B750. No, B760. You can find one for like $70 if you look around. Or open box from Micro Center. Just get a, decent brand like Asus or MSI or something. And then, with that processor and 32 gigs of RAM, which you can probably get for like $50-$60 if you look around, for DDR5, like 5600. Because I think 12th gen only supports 5200, so you'd have to get 5200 RAM. I don't think it supports 56. I don't think it'll work. So yeah, if you get all that, you could save yourself another $100. You can build a $600 computer, and you would just be like wowzers in terms of performance. You would be amazed at how powerful combo you have. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something. Excellent. Some tweaks. I am learning a lot about why people don't pick Intel anymore. I mean, my 11th gen Intel runs like a champ. Like that thing, I had it for 3 years, had no issues with it. Like it had some weird, like, I think, stuttering problems, but I don't think it was really the CPU. I just think it was just something with the components, like some type of weird anomaly. But it never, like my computer was pretty stable. Like I didn't have any issues. And it didn't even run that hot. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll feel comfortable once I've played with this for about a week. Just using it how I normally use it and just seeing if the temperatures stay the same and if it doesn't crash. Because I was playing Battlefield yesterday for like 5 hours and then it crashed afterwards. And then I played again. That's when but that was when I undervolted it. I did do a fairly aggressive undervolt, which they say a starting point is 0.05. They say 0.05 to 0.1 are kind of like the most you want to do. But it crashed at 0.5, at 0.05. And it crashed again. I was like, okay, it's 0.05 is too aggressive. And I tried at 0.35, worked fine with my lower clock RAM. But the minute I turned it on to higher clock, crashed twice, like within 30 seconds. I was like, okay, I can't. It gets too high of an undervolt for with that RAM timing. So I had to put it back to default. Default, it's been fine. I haven't had any stability issues. Again, it's that finding that sweet spot. My fear is just the whole voltage issue. I just don't want the voltage to spike. You know, but it hasn't spiked. It's been fairly stable, like as far as voltage. Like it's right now I think it's at 1.280 is the max it's pulled. Been doing that for the last hour. Right now it's at 1.27, 1.28. Which is pretty normal, I think. All things considered. Doesn't look like anything's bad. Not that I notice. I think the biggest test is going to be, like I said, an 8-hour stream, and does it crash at all during that 8-hour stream? If it doesn't, then hey, it's stable. But if it does crash, I get a blue screen of death saying, hey, and I'll be like, then I have a feeling the CPU might be faulty again. But we'll see. So far, I've had no hiccups, no stutters. It's been just smooth. I've tried it on 3 different games. You know, this, Stellar Blade, and Battlefield. And Battlefield runs the hottest of all 3. But yeah, it hasn't been a problem. So I played it earlier today, just, you know, offline, and I didn't have any issues. But yeah, it always lingers in the back of my mind, like, I hope I don't have another defective processor. Please no. Please hope not. God forbid, because if I do, I am gonna be livid. Because then at that point, I'm not trying for a third. I mean, that shouldn't be happening. that point, I'm just going to switch out to the 12th gen processor and put it in, and I know I'll probably have peace of mind with that. Because the 12th gen ones, their failure rate is ridiculously low. Temperatures have come back down to 65, 70. I don't know why I was going up to 80 for some point. Maybe because there's less going on in the zone, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to work as hard. You gotta keep that in mind too. You know, not every zone is the same.
準備完了。残響再現。融合真理へと至る道。これがモンテリの挨拶です。臨機応変。ひざまずきなさい。速やかに片付けましょう。私が誰かわかりますか？勝利の女神が微笑んだ。ついてこられますね。危ないです。力を貸して。これがモンテリの挨拶です。はっ。私が誰かわかりますか？はっ。誉れはモンテリと共に。アルテの 完成ですわ。お静かに。これはどう？さあ、絵の中に力を貸して。危ないです。ひらめきました。いいね。これがモンテリのアイコンです。そこです。宴の始まりですわ。無駄なあがきです。やっ。ついてこられますか？響き渡ります。さあ、絵の中に力を貸して。鶴よ、舞い上がれ。これがモンテリの挨拶です。ついてこられますか？ついてこられますか？速やかに片付けましょう。私が誰かわかりますか？勝利の女神が微笑んだ。モンテリの名にかけて。ついてこられますか？私に任せて。残響再現。力を貸して。ザリョ先生。これがモンテリの挨拶です。諦めなさい。これで終わり。はっ、まだまだ宴の始まりですわ。はっ、ついてこられますか？誉れはモンテリと共に。私が誰かわかりますか？さあ、絵の中に。はい、ひらめきました。これがモンテリの挨拶です。お静かに。私が誰かわかりますか？ひざまずきなさい。勝利の女神が微笑んだ。やっ、ついてこられますか？準備完了。残響再現。春よ、雪を溶かせ。電 を貸して。これがモンテリの挨拶です。私が誰かわかりますか？お静かに。これぞ絢爛。よっしゃ。速やかに片付けましょう。
私に任せな。断境再現。
さあ、絵の中ある転生。力を貸して。これがモンテリの挨拶です。なかなかやりますわね。私が誰かわかりますか？勝利の女神が微笑んだ。うめえな。新時代へようこそ。
私に任せな。断境再現。真理へと至る道。
絵の中するよ。舞い上がれ。力を貸して。これがモンテリの挨拶です。私が誰かわかりますか？誉れはモンテリと共に。モンテリの名にかけて。
私に任せな。
絵の中にひらめきました。これがモンテリの挨拶です。お静かに。そこです。私が誰かわかりますか？公平な戦い。新発見があるといいです。
don't need to do much more. I need 3,200. Yeah, we can get it done tonight. I don't have to do it. I don't have to do anything for 2 weeks. Task force. 5 of these.
入力オペライエス詮索はしないよ。場を盛り上げて開花の時花の養分にしてあげる。咲き乱れる花々よ。 神聖を授ける。ペロ頑張って。よし、アドリブも任せて。はい、アドリブで行くよ。場を盛り上げて。
Blue this again. You don't have to do it right now. Yeah, I could feel it. Either that or I'll try to find one. I like the fact, you know, clip onto the. But I knew when I took it off today, and I said, I didn't think there'd be that much stress. I thought, what is it, good glue or?
No, I mean that's the strong glue too. I mean,
Huh?
unless you want to try duct taping it.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to stick it over.
I mean duct tape, yeah, maybe just around the handle part, not this part.
Well, no, but that whole thing goes over it.
Yeah, let's just, I don't know, try something.
Oh, whatever.
I'll look for one of the.
Well, it might be cheaper to buy the set too. I like the idea of how that works.
I hear you. Yeah.
I don't know where we got that from.
I don't remember.
Or maybe your mom got it.
I don't know. I think we got it. I just don't remember where we got it.
I'll look it
Sorry about that. Top of my head was something.
アンド詮索はしないよ。開花の特権。これ楽しそう。
Yes, controller. I'm having issues with this controller. God. PS5 controller. Boy, it's got drifting issues. And this other controller works a lot better for this game. I prefer the PS5's layout, good buttons, but this 8-bit Duke controller is so much better. It's sad I've purchased 2 PS5 controllers and they both have drift issues. It's like, God, it's so frustrating. Do 5 of these.
獲物の匂いだ。終わりに入力。星の歌よ。場を盛り上げて。イエス、アンド詮索はしないよ。アドリブも任せて。大勢の時どこにも逃げられないよ。獲物の匂いだ。入力修正を授ける。宇宙アクロバットと貯めてたもん。 ないよ。芽生えの時。獲物の匂い、その命、私のもの。ミュウリ、心配しない。消極、アド、アスタ。宇宙アクロバット、どこだってステージになる。エロ、頑張って。
You game?
No.
I know what I want. The dustpan. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. So I don't have to bend down. You know the kind that I'll show you. You want to look at
The handle?
the handle and then
Yeah.
it hooks down, so you don't bend and you just sweep it in.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
The same price. I mean, I looked it up and I saw what we got was like $18. The other one with the push down, you know, I said, well, that makes more sense. So
Okay. I'll look
that's
around.
what I'm looking for.
I'll look around.
Yes. 場を盛り上げて。Yes. 入力。破壊。星の歌よ。空中アクロバット、嵐を巻き起こす。イエス。詮索はしないよ。アドリブも任せて。開花の時。
Doesn't matter. Both of these are easy. Just gotta do one of them. I don't even need to do these. I'm like well beyond it. The fastest will probably be the forgery. Echoes is that's a crapshoot. Actually, no, I can maybe wait. I know how to do it. Let me see. Yeah, these. I think these count too. Could just pick all these up. I think those count. Let's see if that counts towards the objective. Yep, it does. So I just get... Let's see if it goes to 21. Yep, it does. It does count. That's it. Oh shit, need one more. That was 700. Boo. Thought I was gonna get it tonight. Oh well. It's not a big deal. I thought it was 800. I had misread it as 700. Doesn't really matter. Is that I literally just gotta log in tomorrow and boom, I'm a cap. Or just or just do 3 dailies. It's like, yeah, it's fine. I don't need to do it right now.
最高の演奏に指揮者は2人もいらない。演奏が終わるまであなたのタクトに従うわ。喜ぶべきなのかもしれない。
What's up, Koya? How you doing, dude? What's up with you?
これがあなたの
Thanks for the raid. Appreciate
楽
it.
園に息づく者。
How you been? What's going on with you? Pretty good. It's raid. Raid. Yeah. Playing games with friends, cool, dude. Yeah, just streaming my usual gacha game. Not much else, dude. Same old shit. I recently upgraded my computer. I got a brand new computer now. It's been quite the experience because I had to replace my CPU because it died after 3 days. I couldn't believe that shit. I was so mad. So apparently my motherboard overvolted my CPU and caused it to start failing. So I was pissed, man. So something I learned about my motherboard settings, like very dangerous stuff. Like I couldn't believe that shit. It's like, so apparently like manufacturing of motherboards, their specifications for their default settings are not always safe. So, which is so bizarre. So they'll put settings in there. It's like, oh yeah, we recommend this, and then manufacturers like, don't do that. And it's like it can kill your CPU. I was like, why would you do that? Like that's so dumb. Like, oh my god! But I learned, so I made sure to properly set it up. So it's been running good. But yeah, that scared me, dude. I got so scared. I got one of the questionable CPUs. I have an Intel i5 1400K, 14 gen. So I know those are prone to problems because of manufacturing issues and motherboard specifications. Basically, there's a overvoltage issue problem with them. So apparently when they manufactured these CPUs, they put like ridiculous limits on their voltage. They're very power hungry, and they will take as much power as they want. Problem is, they were taking up so much power that they were going like to dangerous limits, and they were basically literally killing themselves. And I'm like, did you not test this shit? Like, how could you like release it like that, thinking that there's not going to be any problems? Like, to me, that's like foolish as hell to do something like that. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, it's so dumb. So basically, it would keep overvolting. They would keep asking for more and more power, and then they get to a dangerous limit, and then the problem is it starts deteriorating the CPU, and then it needs more power to stay stable. So you see how it's a domino effect. Like, oh, I'm regressing. I need more power. Okay, here's more power. Well, I'm regressing more. I need more power. And then eventually dead. And so people were having their CPUs die as fast as like 3 months, and it's because of that. And that happened to me because mine happened in 3 days. I just started seeing issues because I had the setting wrong, and it was overvolting like really high. I wasn't checking it though because I didn't know of that issue, so I had to sit down and research this stuff. And I'm like, so apparently all the 13, 14 gen Intels have this problem, and now the new Ryzen 9000 3D chips have the problem too. Now those are dying too, because of overvolt issues. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, so you got it on both sides. So it's like you really need to be careful when you're building a high-end computer, because you literally can just kill your own motherboard and processor because of that. Yeah, I've been doing good, Twitch. Thank you. Appreciate it. Just been, like I said, I'm just talking about my CPU situation. Yeah, there's been a lot of bad shit happening in the industry that I've been noticing. Like, it's NVIDIA too, man. Like, NVIDIA's, their drivers have been such garbage lately. I don't know what is up with their drivers. Like, they've been really bad. Like, recently. I don't know, it's because they're just being cheap. But the latest, the 5000 series GPU's been having a lot of problems with the drivers. Like, just stability issues, crashing, features not working properly. Then you have AMD with their high-end CPUs
their 3D chips dying because the motherboards are killing them because they're overvolting them. And then you got the Intel issues with 13th and 14th gen motherboards overvolting, and then manufacturing issues. I'm like, holy crap! Why is there so much problems? Like, that's scary. You spend all that money to watch your investment die, and then potentially it can take other parts of your computer with it. Literally, could kill your motherboard, kill your video card. It could kill everything if it does it wrong. If you overvolt it and it just blows up. And I'm thinking to myself, that to me is like, that would terrify me. I would be so skeptical about buying anything, because I'm like, man, I don't want to do all that. And then I'm like, look, there's a chance your CPU's gonna blow up because we didn't do our homework. But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. So I'm stress testing my computer right now. If you notice on the top left, I have my metrics from MSI Afterburner. So I got shows the GPU temperature, the the clock speed, the wattage, what percentage of usage, and you got the memory. This is the onboard memory of the GPU, the temperature, how much memory is being used, and what the speed of the memory is. And you got the CPU, which is the temperature, the percentage being used. RAM is my RAM on my motherboard. That's using 22 gigs right now, which is crazy. This game uses this much. And then you got the last one, which is my frame rate and my latency. I'm just keeping an eye on it because I have to, because I want to make sure it's running cool and it's not like overheating. Because like I said, it terrifies me. I don't want my computer to blow up. Yeah, it's a lot to learn, that's for sure. Like, it was a learning experience. I will say that it was a definite learning experience. But yeah, I've got like all these metric readers on my computer now. I'm just making it a habit until I can determine this is stable and I'm not getting crashing issues. Because that's what, like yesterday I was streaming Battlefield, and I did a quote, what they call an undervolt, meaning you lower the voltage settings to reduce power and reduce temperatures. And then I started at like 0.050 volts undervolt, and it was working okay for a bit. Then it started crashing. And I was like, and then I read up online, they said, yeah, it says, and then there's a thing called silicon lottery. So every CPU, even if it's the same make and model, are not the same. So there's a degree of variance that each CPU has based on manufacturing. So you might get lucky and get a chip that has a high tolerance. So you can like massively undervolt it and it'll run fine. It doesn't need all that current. But then in my case, I didn't get lucky. So I got a I guess a decent chip, because then I had to lower it to 3.035, which it's not a very large undervolt. It's, I think they say like anything less than 5 is kind of like on the low end. But it happens. Some people can only do 0.01. Like that's their CPU won't be stable, even with that little of an underclock. And it just mad. But then some people like, oh, I can undervolt at 0.15, which is insane, and it works fine. And I'm like, hey, if it's stable, go for it. So I'm like playing with it right now. I have it on balanced on 0 because I cannot overclock my RAM, because if I overclock my RAM and I underclock my CPU, my computer crashes. I tried doing it at a faster frequency and it wasn't delivering enough voltage. So it was literally just freezing my computer constantly. I did it like I did it 2 times. I immediately froze after like 30 seconds. And then I had to restart it. Then I changed it back to default. It's been working fine for the last 8 hours. I haven't had any issues. So, but I want to kind of do an extreme test where I like play with my computer for a good, I would say a good 8 hours of just heavy load and just see how it acts. Like, does it stay stable for 8 hours straight with no issues? And I want to keep doing that for weeks. And it's like, do I notice any changes? Does it work okay? Because if I start seeing changes, or like, hey, it's getting hotter, or hey, it's requiring more voltage, then that's concerning. Because it should be consistent. Like, there's a degree of variance, like between this and this range, it's going to run, but it should be consistent. If I notice inconsistencies, then there might be another problem. CPU ID? Yeah, I've used that before. I'm using hardware compare. Like this one right here. I can show you. This one. So this is the thing you need to be concerned of. You want to learn something. I recommend that if you ever get a high AMD chip or a Intel chip. So the thing you got to be concerned with is a V-core. This is really important. So generally the range, no problem, Twitch, appreciate it, man. So generally for this voltage number, you don't want it to be a safe range for optimal load, from my understanding, is about anywhere up to 1.35. So you don't want this to go over 1.35 when you're on full load. It's not a good idea, because that starts getting into, they say 1.4 is the absolute limit. 1.4 starts getting into danger territory. So if this ever goes to 1.4 or above, that can potentially start damaging the CPU, like degrading it. It basically puts too much heat and too much stress. And so they say the best range is between 1 and 1.3. That's like optimal, which I'm trying to keep it in that range. This hasn't gone above 1.288. It hasn't gone anywhere above that. It's always stayed at that or less. And then the other thing you got to look out for is obviously the temperatures. So for this CPU, like it's a little toasty. Like this thing runs hot. So when it's idle, I get down to like 33 at lowest, but that's because it downclocks everything. Obviously everything is running at max clock speed because I'm doing so many things, so it's going to require the most power and the most speed to run efficiently. So my temperatures are hovering between like 60 and like 80. It bounces up and down. It depends, how strenuous the load is. But yeah, this thing runs hot. So I have a pretty damn big cooler on it. So I put plenty of thermal paste. It's, everything's, I've done efficient cooling settings. So the only other thing I can left to do is undervolt testing. So what I might do tomorrow is I'm gonna do since I can't get it stable at 1.035, I'm gonna try 0.030 and then see if it crashes. And if it crashes at 0.30, then I gotta try 0.3, 0.25, 0.2, 0.15, down to all the way to 0. Till you gotta find that, what they call the sweet spot. Like every CPU has a different sweet spot. You can run it at default, it's just I want to lower my temperatures. Like if I can get it down to like 75 or 80 or 70 at load, I would prefer that. Just so the computer, it'll just run cooler. So it means you should have less issues. But you also, The problem with undervolting is stability. Because you undervolt too low, it's unstable. So it's a lot I've learned, with this thing. So, but yeah, if you ever buy a new AMD 3D chip or a Intel later gen chip, you're gonna have to run into this problem. So you will have to educate yourself on this. It is an absolute must. Yeah, you can't just throw it in there and just hope it works. It's like it doesn't. You kind of have to baby it. You have to pamper it. But I hope you learned something from it. Otherwise, how else have you been, Koya? If you're still there. Sorry, I know. Probably you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? He sounds boring. I don't know. I'm kind of a tech geek. So.
ひとまず今は一緒に演奏を続けましょう。
I kind of geek out with the tech stuff. I'm not going to be able to do this. It's so hard doing this. God, man, it's like so much work. This is going to take forever. God. That's cool. No, I understand. I'm gonna be up for another. Yeah, if you ever need computer advice, I'm pretty knowledgeable. So I'm always learning things too, since it's my trade. I'm really interested in computers. I build them and fix them on the side while I do my full-time job. Plus, I do other stuff. It's definitely fun. I do enjoy it. But it can definitely get frustrating. I'm going to tell you that much. I've learned a lot of stuff that is extremely frustrating. It's good to know though, because if you ever encounter issues, you know how to tackle them. Because you're knowledgeable of it. Because most people wouldn't know what to do. They can picture the frustration on some people just being like, oh my god, like how the fuck do I fix this problem? And I sympathize with them. They shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to deal with these kind of problems. Oh, your friend built you your current computer? Oh, so it's 5 years old. What do you have in yours? What kind of computer do you have? Do you know your specs? Like, is it Intel, AMD? I'm guessing you have an AMD CPU with a GeForce, based on what you said earlier. Which ones do you have? Your CPU's holding you back? What do you have? What's your CPU? Which one do you got? Ryzen 5 3600 is not a bad CPU. It's a good little CPU. It's not. I mean, the game, but at the same time, you don't play like the most strenuous games, from what I see. Like, you're playing games like World of Warcraft and, you know, like maybe some esports titles like Fortnite. It's not like you need a super strong CPU for those. It's not like you're playing, you know, Battlefield 6 or, you know, a game like Stellar Blade, even though that's well optimized. Your computer should run that fine. Again, you're not running like Silent Hill 2. It's not like you play. I don't see you play games like that, so I don't really think you should be running into like bottleneck issues with your CPU. How much RAM do you have in it? What, 16 gigs, 32 gigs? Do you even know what speed you're running on your RAM? Is it 2400, 3000, 3200? Yeah, 16 gigs is a little limiting. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't recommend people do 16 gigs anymore. I recommend 32. 16's starting to become a problem. I mean, look at how much RAM this game uses. I'm using 22 gigs on a gacha game, which is like crazy to me. I'm using them. So yeah, your computer probably couldn't run this game at 1440p. Your computer would probably have a heart attack. So, yeah, you might want to consider upgrading your RAM, doubling your RAM. I'm like serious about that. I mean, you can keep what you got. You can keep what you got. I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to, like, necessarily. You don't need a new computer. I really don't think you need a new computer. You do need to upgrade it though. So, what I would recommend. What kind of motherboard do you have? Oh, okay, you're only at 1080. Well, that makes things a little easier. What kind of motherboard do you have? Do you happen to know what like, not the make, the generation model? Like, do you have a B350, B450, B550? Which generation motherboard do you have? If you understand what I'm saying. Is it 300 series, 400 series, or 500 series board? Oh, you got a 550. Okay, you got a nice motherboard. That's still very relevant today. Yeah, your motherboard's fine. B550 is fine, dude. Like, keep that. That's that. My roommate has that board. He has an ASRock Gaming B550. It's a solid board. It's still very usable today. So yeah, you don't need to upgrade your motherboard. So you're fine there. What I would recommend is getting 32 gigs of DDR4 3200 speed RAM. That should be enough. You might want to upgrade your CPU. I would suggest going with a Ryzen 7. Get a good one that's good price to performance. If you can get a good deal on it, is 5700X. That'd be a good upgrade for you. You get the next generation, and you would get 2 extra cores, and you'll have a little bit more longevity for the computer. That you can get them for, like, I've seen them as low as like 120, which is pretty cheap. They recently had the 5800X T, which comes with the Wraith Prism cooler, which is a nice cooler. It's a bulky like LED cooler, very very well made. They were selling that for like $125. That's a great deal. Like I would recommend if you can get a deal like that, get that one. 5800 XT. Because that would save you some money. So I would do that, plus the RAM, and then what video card do you have? Do you know what's your video card? I'm assuming it's an RTX 3000 series cards. I'm guessing. 3070, 3080. Okay, then you're fine. Just get the CPU then. If you got a Cooler Master cooler that's like made for high-end CPUs, then you don't even need to worry about the CPU cooler. Just get a 5700X CPU by itself. Like maybe look for an open box one or just the CPU by itself. You can probably find it cheap. Look on eBay, find like a really good condition used one or one that's, you know, on discount. So, right, oh yeah, dude, you're fine. You got an RTX 4070 Super, you're fine. You're good. Yeah, I think the RAM and the CPU is bottlenecking you. I think, honestly, it's those two things. Your CPU is like way under spec for that GPU. It can't handle it. You're just wasting graphics card potential with that CPU. It's holding you back. I bet you if you put that 5700X in with 32 gigs of RAM, you'll probably notice a huge difference. So you're probably looking at about, if you do it smart, if you shop around smart, I think you can do both for $150 to $200, and you'll be set. Very sizable upgrade, no problems. That's all you need. That's honestly all you need. What are you running for your drive? Are you running solid state, hard drive, or NVMe? Do you happen to know which one it is? Oh, yeah, you're fine. Which one do you have? What's your NVMe drive? What's your Are you running a Gen 3, Gen 4? What's your speeds? Do you know what it is? Do you know what they are? Is it a Samsung Evo, a Crucial? Like, do you know the make and model? What generation? What's the speeds? It sounds like you like I said, the fact that Gen 3 is fine. You don't. I'm on Gen 4 right now. The only reason I would say get Gen 4 is if you found a deal. Like, if you can get a good Gen 4 for the same as a good Gen 3, or maybe like $5-10 more, definitely get Gen 4. But honestly, Gen 3 is still fine. My old PC uses Gen 3, and it's fine. You don't really, I don't think you need, that one's not a big point right there. I don't think you need to worry about going from a Gen 3 to a Gen 4. I mean, you could potentially get double the speed. You know, do you know your speeds, like your read-write speeds on those drives? Are they like 3,500 megabytes? 2,000, 2,500, do you know? Because if you have a 3,500 megabyte speed drives, that's like max speed for Gen 3. You can't go faster than that. So if you have like a max speed Gen 3 drive, you're fine. I don't know. Like I said, if you know the make and model, like do you happen to know the make and model? You can just write it out. Can you look it up? I mean, if you want to. I'm not trying to like bother you. I mean, if you want to look it up, do you happen to know what your 500? I'm assuming your 500 gig is your Windows drive. I'm assuming. Oh, you have a... Jeez, man. You're fine. Samsung 980, you're fine. That's a good drive. I had a 970 Evo, which is a step below yours. And I loved mine. Mine runs like a champ, man. That thing runs gorgeous. Recommend it to anybody. Yeah, you're fine, dude. Your 980 is rocking. Keep it. You're fine. Yeah, dude, you're looking pretty sharp. Just get those two things, man. Do it for me, man. Do the upgrade. Do you have $150? Can you swing it? I'm just curious. I know I'm not trying to sound like I'm trying to pry into your financial matters. I'm just curious if you Western Digital. Okay, you got a Western Digital. Is it black or blue? Do you happen to know if it's a black or a blue? Black is usually the high-end one. Blues are like mid-range. Green is like low, like eco-friendly. I don't recommend greens. At least go blue. Black is if you want like the highest end for Western Digital. My actually is a 2 terabyte Western Digital blue that I'm using in this one. Works fine. It's nothing. It's modest. It works enough for me. Like it's enough. Like I don't need faster. It loads fast enough as is. It doesn't need to go faster. Like I'm happy with this performance. But if it was like $10 more for double the speed, I would invest the $10. It's worth it to get a better quality. Western Digital Black, you're fine. Again, you're fine. NVMe drives, awesome, solid. You got good stuff right there. Yeah, you're definitely not on cheap components. So you're good. I got nothing to say. Just those two things: CPU, RAM. Do it. And I'm curious how well it's gonna run. I want to see if you notice, like the frame rate increase, just not being so congested, like doing things like when you stream, you notice it's smooth. Like, do you get a lot of heating problems, or what's wrong? What does it do? What are the problems you're running into? Is it just not running fast enough? Is it slowing down? Is it throttling? Is it just are you losing frame rate? Really? You wanna go that much? You need 4 terabyte, dude? That's a little excessive. I mean, how much of your drives are you even using out of the 1.5 gigs? Like honestly, how much are you using? Curious how much you're using out of all that. Okay, well, that is a concern. Yeah, definitely. They had a 4 terabyte. I think it was a Samsung 990. It wasn't a Pro. I think it was a regular 990, and it was $200 for a 4 terabyte. I think it was from B&H. I think it's the sales over though, which is really cheap for a 4 terabyte drive. So yeah, if you're using that much space, either consider being more efficient with your space. I don't know if you've actually cleaned your drive or like look for stuff, just to make room, just to see if you notice it's like, hey, I got too much crap. Like I did that actually on my hard drive. I was like storing a lot of needless shit, and I was just using up an unnecessary amount of space. And I started like going through it, and I was like, man, what do I need all this for? Also, another thing I stopped doing, just some advice. I don't keep all my games installed anymore. I used to install like 50 games like at one time, and I would just be like, oh, I'm just gonna have all these games whenever I need to play them. I realize that's a bad habit, because 90% of the games I don't even play. So I just basically I only install what I know I'm gonna play. So if it's like 3 games and that's all I'm gonna play, then I uninstall everything else. That saved me so much space. I was wasting like terabytes of space doing that. And then obviously stuff that you don't need, like for example, I used to download videos and anime and music all the time. Like, what the fuck? And then like thinking to myself, what the fuck I need to do that for anymore? It's such a thing of the past, everything's streaming now. It's like, why download it unless it's rare? Now, if it's something like you can't find it anywhere, that's understandable. But if it's something like, oh, I can find this anywhere, especially music, it's just like, don't keep it on your drive. You're just wasting space. Oh, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, those take up a lot of space. After I was done playing those games, I uninstalled them. Yeah, that's like 300 gigs for both games. That's a lot, dude. Yeah, I uninstalled those. God, WoW is that much space now? Really? WoW. Seriously, World of Warcraft is 182 gigs? That's unreal. For how old that game is. That's unreal. That, to me, is nuts. How is that game so unoptimized in terms of file size? That is ridiculous. As ancient as that game is, that, to me, is like hella uncalled for. Like, I'm not joking. That to me is kind of sad. I ain't gonna lie. That to me is sad. Like, wow. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that is wow. Like, really, Blizzard? Really? You have not optimized that game for PC to use up less space, considering how old it is? I'm just shocked. Like, I really am. I did not know that game was that was like that. Like I said, that makes God, like, this game only uses like 50 gigs, 60 gigs, and look, even I mean, the fact that it's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is less than World of Warcraft is insane. I can understand, like, Final Fantasy having high drive space because of the textures, the high resolution, and a lot of music files, a lot of audio files. But yeah, that's news to me, man. I didn't realize WoW was that unoptimized. Now I see why people complain about it, because there's a channel I watch. I think her name's like Saya Cat or whatever. It's like an anime cat girl. She does like review computer reviews and like graphics card and CPUs, and she always complains about World of Warcraft just being an unoptimized mess. So I always laugh at that. I was like, I didn't realize it was like that. I know you like that game a lot. It's like one of your favorite games. But Jesus, dude, it's like, we're in 2025. That game's been around since when? Like, what? 2000? Or before? Like, how old is World of Warcraft? Isn't it like 20 years old now? 25 years old? Isn't it that old? So, okay, so it came out the same time almost as Final Fantasy. So we're going on 21 years old. And it's running like that. That's just... I'm sorry, that's just sad. Yeah, the game should be better optimized. But I'm surprised they haven't done anything about it. As much money as that damn game makes, they haven't optimized it. The fact that, like, computers have a hard time running that game, like, you get bad frame rates on a current gen card. Like, I've seen, like, computers with, like, an ARC B580, for example, and it struggles on a RAID. Like, you have a 12 gigabyte graphics card that has trouble running a RAID in WoW at above 60 FPS. Because it gets so laggy. And I'm thinking to myself, for real? That thing should be loading that thing no problem. You know, especially with the internet infrastructure, how fast it is now. And, you know, and just, again, the hardware is so powerful now, it should be no challenge for any current computer. But, yeah, it eats your computer for breakfast, apparently. I'm curious how slow mine would run. I'd be like, oh yeah, this game runs Wuthering Waves. Can't run World of Warcraft though. Like, oh man, that would piss me off. That would piss me off so royally. Like, spent all this money and I can't play an old game smooth. Does your World of Warcraft run like crap on your computer? Does it like run really low frame rate and stuff? Does it have a lot of performance issues? Just curious. Also, you're streaming too, so you have to consider your stream options as well. Do you know what resolution you stream at? What's your bit rate? Do you stream at 1080, 4K, 1440p? You happen to know? Yes, no, maybe so. $1080, what's your 60 FPS or 30? $5K bit rate? 30 or 60 FPS? Yeah, that might be why 5K is really high for 1080. Doesn't that seem a little high? I mean, that's just me. I run at 720p, so I don't really stress 1080 too much. 1080 is a significant jump for streaming. I know it would make my computer run a lot harder to stream it. I'd stream at 720, 60, 3500 KB. Actually, 5K is about right for reasonable. But I think that's what might be slowing down your computer. Is you got a combination of an unoptimized game and you're running at a fairly demanding streaming setup.
聞いている
So I think that alone is probably making your computer work really hard.
潮祭よ全てを裁け。悪行は
ご清聴ありがとう。
そうプレリュードは華麗にこれが運命のアンサンブル。
Fortnite can be a little tricky, but yeah, I still think the problem is your overhead, like because you're doing so much on that CPU and the RAM limitation. I think you're really pushing your computer to the limits. You're not leaving any breathing room for it at all. I really don't. I think that's probably why you having to do so much tweaking is because you really don't have any wiggle room. Your computer is, I think, congested the way it sounds like. It's got no RAM. It probably has hardly any RAM left over.
聞いているよ
And you have the CPU probably working double time, using all its resources.
ここは冷静にご清聴ありがとう。
美しいハーモニー。
そう潰れなさい。
プレリュードは華麗。
That's not bad for temperatures. That's actually respectable. That's respectable temps. I mean, that's a low power draw CPU. 3600 is pretty. It's a good CPU. It's a solid CPU for what it gives you, with very little power draw. So you're actually running it at a very respectable temperature at full load. That is very good. So no problems there. But I still think your headroom is like very little.
そうプレリュードは華麗にこれが運命のアンサンブル。
So that's what I think the problem is. And then the fact that you're probably running out of RAM. Your RAM is probably on the cusp of you barely have enough. You're eventually going to run into a game you're going to play where you'll be like, uh-oh, I'm out of RAM. And then when you run out of RAM, then you're going to start seeing really big performance drops. Especially if you're going to play games like I play, you know, which are RAM hogs.
美しいハーモニー。
Guys, it still baffles that this game uses 22 gigs of RAM. That's crazy, man. Like I said, I'm just shocked that this game uses 22 gigs of RAM. It's at 21 right now. But yeah, 22 gigs on one game? That's crazy. You know, and that's not the funny part of it. Like, this game uses 22, Stellar Blade loses 26. When I saw Stellar Blade, I was like, you freaking serious? 26 gigs for Stellar Blade? And that's an optimized game. Which is just like, I'm just shocked it uses that much RAM. Yeah, no, that's good. Well, I hope you. I hope. Yeah, the RAM would probably be my first priority. Do you have 4 channels in your RAM kit or 2 channels? Meaning, does your motherboard support 2 slots or 4 slots? I think your B550 has 4 slots. So if you're only using 2 sticks right now, you can just add another two 8 gig sticks. You can probably get that for like $25. You can shop around. So you're using 2 right now, 2 8 gig sticks. Yeah, so that'll save you some money too. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but at least put 2 16 gig sticks in there. I wouldn't put. You could put two 16 gig sticks if you want. If you want to spend a little extra and put 48 gigs of total RAM, I don't think you need that much. I think. Do you know what speed your RAM is that you currently have? Is it 2400, 266, 3000, 3200? Do you know which speed it is, the one you have? That's in their computer currently? Do you happen to know what speed they are? Okay. That's another thing I would recommend. If you're only using 2133 RAM, if that's what the speed is, get 3200. Get a 32 gigabyte kit of 3200. That extra speed will help. It's worth it. You're only spending like a couple bucks more for a substantial speed increase. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's to me. That to me is worth it for sure.
悪を切り裂け。ご清聴ありがとう。
Yeah, definitely do that, dude. You'll be. I think that'll help too, because make sure you use the when you set your RAM and your motherboard. Make sure you set the XMP profile or what whatever the high clock speed profile is in the motherboard, so it gets the proper voltage. You should really find that out if the RAM you have in there now is really 2100 speed. It might not be. It might be you don't have it set properly.
まだ続きます。逃がしません。海よ。
この身を包め。謝罪終止符をこう。潮風よ吹き荒れろ。
No problem, dude. Good talk. Get some rest, dude.
騎士のライバルが現れ
I
ま
will
した。
see you whenever. But yeah, I look forward to your upgrade. Hopefully in a month or so we get to see you with your with your updated computer. Curious how it runs. Let me know. Alright, later, dude. Yeah, I'm probably only gonna stay up for another 30 minutes. I'm gonna go to sleep or chill out, then go to bed. I'm literally just streaming right now to stress test my computer. So far, it's been running pretty minus the connection issues. I'm having internet problems where I'm at right now. It's been pretty shitty today. Like I haven't had it. Like my internet was down since like 11 in the morning, and it barely came back up around like 12 and midnight, and it's still not great. We're still having issues. They said it's gonna take at least a day to fix. We'll see. Alright, I think I'm done. Yes, I can turn this off. I'm gonna play a little Stellar Blade, do some more stress tests. Computer. Yeah, I'm just trying to stress test my computer right now. I want to make sure it doesn't crash. So far, it's been good. Haven't had any issues. But we'll see. I'm gonna have to play with this for a week to make sure it's stable. Yeah, this uses 27 gigs of RAM. 27. This is funny. This game uses more RAM, but the temperatures are cooler than on Wuthering Waves. That game runs hotter. This is easier on the GPU and the CPU than Wuthering Waves. Might be because it's Unreal 5. I have a feeling that might be it.
But like I said, I will say that I am impressed with this GPU though. I am legitimately impressed with this GPU. I think people give this GPU a lot of flack because of the stigma, because it has only 8 gigs of RAM. But yeah, I've had no issues. Yeah, if you look at a lot of reviews online, people are like, "Oh, this GPU is garbage. Like, don't buy it." And I was like, "I bought it. I bought it for dirt cheap, and I've had a pleasant experience with it." It's not perfect, believe me. It's not perfect, but for what you pay, it's pretty serviceable. I've been thinking about putting a video on my channel, like showing people this GPU in action with some current gen games. I want to show like Battlefield, Wuthering Waves, just to show people like how this computer runs those games at a very high setting. I mean, you have to use upscaling with this card, but I think it looks beautiful. The upscaling has gotten so good with technology advancements. You really don't need to play it native. Native, I mean, objectively looks better. But it's like, it's gotten so good, it's like, man, it's hard for me to tell. It really is. I have to really stare at it. Like, I really, like, if you told me, this was upscaled, I would be like, really? Don't look upscaled to me. So I will say the technology has come a long way. But yeah, one thing with the 8 gig cards, you do have to know its limits. I wouldn't recommend this card for a game that needs a lot of video RAM. Then this card will probably not do very well. But you do have to change. You would have to tone down the settings to like medium. Medium's kind of like the level for an 8 gig card for new games. I did notice the frame drops a little bit. Might be because of the RAM. Because right now I have it on, let's see, high settings, FSR 3, quality mode, no frame generation, all high. But I do notice it does dip in frames in some places. Try balanced. I don't know. See, it's because it tells me on the bottom I'm above the threshold, even though it doesn't feel like it. Let me try something. If you change to medium, I think it'll fall, but it won't be on. See, now it's saying it's above. It's so weird. I will say though, when you put it on medium, like, yeah, I see it. Like medium, you can tell the difference between that and high. That is definitely noticeable. Medium does not look as good. Especially with the textures, like, look at the textures of the wall and stuff. It looks a lot lower res than on high. Yeah, that's the problem with these cards. When you run into the VRAM limits, you start getting performance issues. Oh, you have DDR3600. Okay, that's a motherboard issue. You don't have the profile set properly. The thing is, does your 3600 even support that speed? I think it does. I'm not 100% sure. You might want to look into that too. That might be another reason why you're not able to put it at 3600. I don't know if that CPU supports that speed. So you're losing a lot of performance, dude. 1500 megahertz downclock? That's huge. You're losing a lot of performance. Yeah, that's definitely a cause for concern. So if you get, check and see what your CPU RAM limitations are. But I mean, if you upgrade to the 5700X, I think that supports 3600, so you wouldn't have the problem. And obviously, make sure you update your motherboard BIOS to the latest version, because I think that board still gets updates, even in 2025. Yeah, it looks like I ran into a VRAM limit on high settings finally. It finally kicked in. I can see why people always say get the 16 gig card for this model.
because you don't want to run into problems like that. Yeah, and this card was never the end all for me. I just wanted to test it. But yeah, I do see the problem with this graphics card. Like I said, you do have to compromise a lot to get it to run good. You know, but I mean, I literally paid $200 for this card, which is dirt cheap. I got it from Micro Center, open box. Somebody returned it, mint condition, and yeah, I was like $200. So let's go. So let's check it out. But yeah, for $200, this card is amazing. As long as you keep your expectations low, or not, I wouldn't say low. Keep your expectations reasonable. You will love this card. But if you're expecting it to be like, oh my god, it's gonna play everything, no problem, you know, max settings, like, no. This card is not it. This will not do everything max settings. As long as you're aware of that, you won't be disappointed. Ryzen 30, yeah, so that's probably why you're running into issues with it, because it doesn't know how to clock at 3600 with that CPU, so it's unstable. So yeah, you definitely want to get a CPU upgrade. So definitely go with a 5700X. I think that's the sweet spot for the performance. I mean, I do think you need. I know you could get a 5600. Those are like $80-$90. But honestly, I think the extra 2 cores is worth the extra $20 or so. It's worth the extra performance. You'll get more longevity out of it. You won't have to. Your computer won't have to work as hard multitasking. Because I think if you get the 5600, you're kind of like, you'll get more mileage out of that 5700, and that will probably be your last upgrade. I think after that you're gonna have to get a brand new computer. You're gonna have to get a DDR5. Yeah, I see the stutters with the RAM. He's in bed for real this time. Are you sure? Are you sure you're not going to come back for more advice? Not that I mind. I could talk about computers all day. I love computers. Sometimes I wonder if I think I should make my channel start including tech. Like dealing with just gaming and computers. Because I don't even own a game console. All I have is a computer. I have no game consoles. I'm honestly done with consoles. I don't think I'm ever going to buy another console. I know that sounds weird. But yeah, I really think I'm done with consoles. I don't want a console anymore. I'm tired of owning like a billion platforms just to play games, and how expensive games are getting now on console. They're going up to like $80-$90. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm just done. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
sorry the stream dipping. I'm having internet issues. Yeah, my internet's not working good right now. There's like a major problem in my area. So it's kind of running really shitty right now. They said it's supposed to be fixed at 7 in the morning. That's what they said. Because they said it's like a widespread issue with mobile internet. So far, no issues. Like I said, the only thing I said, running into VRAM problems on this card. First time it spiked up, actually. I mean, medium looks fine. I don't think medium looks horrible. But I do like high better. High does look cleaner. The difference between medium and high on this game is a little noticeable. The difference between high and ultra is minimal. I can't really tell the difference that much. Ultra is like, you know, it looks good. But it's like, man, it's a performance killer on ultra. I never like putting my games on ultra. I don't think it's worth it. You have to compromise too much performance for it. The uplift you get with ultra settings is so minimal. It's like you're talking like less than 10%. It's usually like the most scrutinous thing you have to detect in the background. Like, okay, that far object in the background looks cleaner. Like you'll see something like, oh, look at that tree, that red tree in the background. It looks a little clearer. And it's like, well, I'm not even focusing on that. What do I care? I care what's in front of me, not what's a million miles away. So yeah, for most people, I always recommend medium is kind of the lowest I like going, and then high is kind of like that's the spot I usually aim for, is high settings. I think high is like a good compromise between ultra and high. You get a lot of the benefits of ultra, but at the cost of way less performance hit. Like, it's literally ultra, like, drops your performance by like 30-40% or 10% uplift. It's not worth it. The trade-off is horrible. As far as this though, yeah, like if I had a 16 gig card, I'm pretty sure I could run this on high settings, no problem, with no hiccups. But unfortunately, on high it does hiccup once in a while. I just finally noticed it. It took a while to notice it. Yeah, I had to put it down to medium. Still playable, just doesn't look as nice.
Angel, pleased to see you. What brings you to my humble storefront?
I was just taking a look around the city.
Have you had a look around? Perhaps our offerings weren't as impressive compared to what you must have seen in the colony.
No, that's not true. Bye now.
Yeah, sorry about the internet. Not much I can do until they fix the issue. I'm surprised. I didn't think I was going to stream it all tonight. I didn't think my internet was going to be fast enough. Because it was running like dog shit earlier. Like, my upload right now is really bad. I'm only getting like, I think 5 megs of upload. It's really bad. And normally on most days it's like 20 to 30 on most days. I get that's average, and then sometimes up to like 40, 50. So yeah, 5 is on the low end for sure. It's barely passable for streaming. Yeah, I'm dropping frames like crazy, I think. As I'm watching the stream, I see it hiccuping a lot.
Oh, you're back. Did you meet them? What happened?
I'm afraid they're all dead.
No way.
I think a powerful Natiba took them by surprise. I dealt with it. Your comrades did not stand a chance against a monster like that.
Damn it. I see. My apologies, Angel. I've been hoping for this safe return ever since I lost contact. I'll report to the captain. Thank you for retrieving the memories.
I'm sorry. It's been an honor to help those brave warriors.
The only reason I'm streaming right now is to stress test my computer. It hasn't crashed. Been streaming for almost 3 hours. And the hottest it's gotten is 81 degrees when I was playing Wuthering Waves. But it was like a temporary spike. On average, it's running like 55 to 65 on this game. Sometimes up to 70. It bounces around. I see it on there. It's like 60, 65, 70, 61, and it just bouncing around. Let's see.
To all, I am in need of help. Anyone receiving this message, please respond.
Yes, I need to do a strenuous test next week when I stream Battlefield and this game. I don't think I'm going to play Wuthering Waves very much next week. It's going to be kind of a minimalist thing. Kind of on maintenance mode on Wuthering Waves until the next update. It's gonna be in 3 weeks, I think.
Looks like there's a lot of activity. All right, let's take a look at some of the stories of the citizens.
Let me check something. Put it on. Let's see. I'll put it on low. I want to see what happens. Yeah, it doesn't fix it. It just makes it more blurry. Holy crap, it's blurry. I'm screwing around with the settings right now. God, it looks bad. I'm literally wondering if it's because of the VRAM. No, that's not the VRAM. That's just the quality settings. the textures are bad on freaking on medium. It gets blurry, man. God, the blur is bad. Like, it's not bad from a long distance, but man, when you look up close, it looks really bad. That's terrible. I mean, that's the compromise for medium. I'm pretty sure if I put it on ultra, it would look amazing, but it's gonna run like dog shit. Oh yeah. Like so clear on very high. But I don't recommend it on this setting because it is going to run into horrible performance issues. Like I said, you're well beyond the max. Problem is that the OS shares. It shares the damn amount. Yeah, medium's kind of like where you is like the go-to, but yeah, it's blurry, dude. I will say that background objects are blurry with medium. High looks a lot better, but ultra does look nice with the textures, but again, not on this graphics card. I forgot how you change ammo. Change. I forgot how you do it. Forgot how you change. How do you change ammo? Oh, yeah, it's down. I forgot it's hold down. Change and up is there we go. Yeah, medium does compromise a lot. I mean, it's playable. I'm not saying it's terrible. It is noticeable. Especially with these things. My god, the machines look like dog shit. How blurry it is. Everything else looks fine. I like the characters and stuff, they get priority. But yeah, background objects, like even the stones and stuff look low res. Certainly, look at the rubble. It doesn't look as clean as it does on high. Yeah, it's like, look at the difference. The floor looks fine, but that looks ugly, dude. And you put it on high, it's like noticeably cleaner. It's serviceable, but yeah, it's just when you go up close to it, it looks nasty.
get my ideal graphics card. The one I want to get is the 9070. That's like the perfect card for me. It'd be a perfect card for this build. This GPU is for people that like to play like maybe like esports games or like older stuff. It's fine, but the current stuff, it's a little dicey. Unless you don't mind compromising a lot. That's the thing, you're gonna compromise a lot with this card. I'm dropping a lot of frames. Sorry guys, I'm gonna stop the stream. It's getting really bad. I'm losing all my frames right now, so. Anyways, I'm gonna drop out. So I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully my internet is running better.